Hi guys, I'm Shandor, welcome to my cinema. Today I'm going back to the works of Woody Allen and I'm going to watch his 1977 movie Annie Hall. Now, technically this is not a first time reaction because I have seen this movie like 20 years ago. But at the same time this is kind of a first time reaction because I remember absolutely nothing except for Diane Keaton. So I guess technically this counts as a first time reaction. Guys, seriously, I don't remember anything about this movie. Well, I remember Diane Keaton, but that's it. So, but I know that this movie is held in high regard, and now I've kind of fallen in love with the works of Woody Allen, so I'm pretty sure this is going to be a great time. So let's not waste any more time. Here comes Annie Hall. 3, 2, 1.
The food at this place is really terrible. The other one says, yeah, I know, and such small portions. Well, that's essentially how I feel about life. Full of loneliness and misery and suffering and unhappiness. And it's all over much too quick.
So true.
Unless I'm one of those guys with saliva dribbling out of his mouth who wanders into a cafeteria with a shopping bag screaming about socialism. Annie and I broke up, and I still can't get my mind around that. You know, I was a reasonably happy kid, I guess. I was brought up in Brooklyn during World War II.
He's been depressed. All of a sudden, he can't do anything.
We've got to try and enjoy ourselves while we're here, huh?
That's also true, you know? Woody Allen's dialogue is so profound all the time.
Oliver, you're a total paranoid.
What, how am I a what? I pick up on those kind of things. You know, I was having lunch with some guys from NBC. So I said, did you eat yet or what? And Tom Christie said, no, Jew. Not did you, Jew eat, Jew? No, not did you eat, but Jew eat, Jew, Jew eat. Use Wagner. So I know what he's really trying to tell me, very significantly, Wagner.
Hey, it's the same guy from Play It Against Sam. They were so good together in that movie.
Jesus, what'd you do? Come by way of the Panama Canal?
I'm in a bad mood, okay?
Bad mood? I'm standing with the cast
Diane
of the
Keaton.
Godfather.
You're gonna have to learn to deal with it.
All that Juliet of the Spirits or Satyricon, I found it incredibly indulgent.
I wonder if these are his opinions on these movies, you know? I've never watched a Fellini movie in my life, but maybe.
Because of our sexual problem, right?
Everybody online at the New Yorker has to know our rate of intercourse.
It's like Samuel Beckett. You know, I admire the technique, but it doesn't hit me on a gut level.
Oh my God.
30-ish academic wishes to meet woman who's interested in Mozart, James Joyce, and sodomy.
Well, I have a great deal of validity.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Well, that's funny because I happen to have Mr. McLuhan right here. So, yeah. Just
Wow.
Let me, come over here a second. Oh.
How you ever got to teach a course in anything is totally amazing.
Boy, if life were only like this.
Yeah, true. Oh my God, so true. Yeah, I love how this movie, you know, basically blurs the line between reality and fantasy, if you will.
You know, strike-oriented kind of. Stop me before I make a complete imbecile of myself.
No, that was wonderful. I love being reduced to a cultural stereotype.
But for the left.
Oh my God, his dialogue is just out of this world all the time, every time.
So how is it possible for Oswald to have fired from two angles at once? It doesn't make sense.
Alvy.
True, very
I'll
true.
tell you this. Lyndon Johnson is a politician. You know the ethics those guys have. It's like a notch underneath child molester.
Unfortunately, yes.
You're using this conspiracy theory as an excuse to avoid sex with me.
She's right.
Whoa.
I just don't want to belong to any club that would have someone like me for a member.
Alvy, now don't panic.
Yeah, but okay, so he has a very, very bad look on himself. Basically, what I'm getting from this is that he basically hates himself. At least he has serious problems with himself, you know?
Oh, well, let's see. There was Dennis from Chippewa Falls High School. God, you should have seen what I looked like then.
Oh, I can imagine. Probably the wife of an astronaut.
Then there was Jerry, the actor.
Look at you. You're such a clown.
I'd like to get torn apart by wild animals.
Heavy, eaten by some squirrels.
Touch my heart with your foot.
I may throw up.
He was creepy.
You know, it's one thing about intellectuals. They prove that you can be absolutely brilliant and have no idea what's going on.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
You know Albie?
Oh, hi, Albie.
This is Janet.
This
You know
is
Annie?
Annie Hall.
Hi.
Hi, it's Albie.
Oh, that's how they met.
Hi.
Hi. Hi.
Oh,
She looks awesome.
Hi.
Well.
That's an outfit.
Oh, well. La-di-da, la-di-da, la-la, yeah.
You want a lift?
Oh, why? You got a car? Oh, no, I have a car.
You have a car?
I got this VW out there. What a jerk, yeah.
They're so awkward. I love it.
Oh, you're an actress.
Well, I do commercials, sort of, you know.
Want to watch the road? Yeah. Well, you're not from New York, right?
Chippewa Falls.
You're driving a tad rapidly.
Yeah, don't worry, I'm a very good driver.
Sure.
You're the worst driver I've ever seen in my life. That's any place, the worst. Europe, any place. Asia.
Oh, wait, you see an analyst?
Yeah, just for 15 years.
15 years.
Tragic suicide was misinterpreted as romantic by the college girl
I
mentality.
love how awkward they are, you know? They work so well together. Every time.
Thing is that he falls asleep and he never wakes up. So
What?
he's dead. He's dead. Yeah.
That was a story.
Well, you're what Grammy Hall would call a real Jew.
Thank you. They're wonderful. You know, they have a quality.
Well, I would like to take a serious photography course.
Photography is interesting because you know it's a new art form and a set of aesthetic criteria have not emerged yet.
Aesthetic criteria? You mean whether it's a good photo or not?
Oh man, subtext. Literally. I love it.
Still, you need a set of aesthetic guidelines to put it in social perspective, I think.
Genius. Absolute genius.
Could make me be true.
If that's her singing, actually, then... Yeah, that's beautiful singing.
Give me a kiss.
Really?
Yeah, why not? Because we're just going to go home later, right? And there's going to be all that tension, you know, we never kissed before, and I'll never know when to make the right move or anything. So we'll kiss now, we'll get it over with, and then we'll go eat, okay? We'll digest the food better.
Okay.
Hey, if that works...
Okay? So now we can digest our food. I'm going to buy you these books, I think, because I think you should read them, you know, instead of that cat book.
That's pretty serious stuff there.
Yeah, because I'm obsessed with death, I think. It's a big subject with me, yeah. I have a very pessimistic view of life. You should know this about me if we're going to...
He did make Love and Death, right? So...
I love you. You know, I loathe you. I love you.
No.
With two F's, yes. I have to invent... Yeah, of course I...
Yeah.
Don't you think I do?
I don't know.
Yeah, they're awesome. Like...
I don't know why you have to get high every time we make love.
Well, it relaxes me.
Oh, you have to be artificially relaxed before we can go to bed?
Well, what's the difference anyway?
Well, there is. Well, yeah, obviously there are cracks in this relationship, you know?
It's like you're removed.
Oh, no, I'm fine.
Wow.
You have my body.
Yeah, but that's how I want the whole thing.
Well, I need grass.
Well, it ruins it for me if you have grass.
Oh, they scream at that. Now, write me something like that, will you? Kind of a French number. Can you do it? Huh, kid?
You know, one thing I'm noticing about this movie is that it kind of lacks structure. I mean, I know that, you know, Woody Allen's movies are always very peculiar, but this movie is even more structureless, if you will, than some of his other stuff, and it kind of lacks cohesion, you know? I mean, pretty much every movie of his that I have seen so far were cohesive, even though, you know, sometimes they were all over the place in terms of editing, you know, and things like that, but I don't know.
We went over to the swap meet. Annie, Graham, and I. Got some nice picture frames.
We really had a good time.
Oh, jeez.
Nothing like my family. You know, the two are like oil and water.
Let him drop dead. Who needs his business?
His wife has diabetes.
Diabetes?
Jack Adams
Is that
is
an
the new
excuse,
president of Rotary.
diabetes?
Okay, but just because, you know, I find this movie a bit less structured than his other movies, it's still like a lot of fun.
What sins? I don't understand.
Tell you the truth, neither do we.
Alvy.
That was genius right there. Again, like
The sound of shattering glass, the
Christopher
flames
Walken?
rising out of the flowing gasoline.
Freaking Christopher Walken? He's so young. It is freaking Christopher Walken. Man.
Existential motifs in Russian literature. You're really close.
What's the difference? It's all mental masturbation.
Oh, well, now we're finally getting to a subject you know something about.
Hey, don't knock masturbation. It's sex with someone I love.
You don't think I'm smart enough? We had that argument just last month, but don't you remember that day?
You know what? I think she has a point, unfortunately. Yeah.
I think it's a wonderful thing. You meet wonderful, interesting professors. Adult education is such junk. The professors are so phony. How can you do it?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
When David,
Call this relationship quit.
that's fine. That's fine. That's great. Is it something that I did?
Yeah, but
I think so.
something you do. That's how people are. Love fades.
Love fades.
Genius.
God, that's a depressing
Again.
thought. Does she need some kind of artificial stimulation like marijuana?
We use a large vibrating egg.
Large vibrating egg. Well, I ask a psychopath, I get that kind of answer. Jesus, here, you look like a very happy couple. Are you?
Genius.
I'm very shallow and empty, and I have no ideas and nothing interesting to say.
And I'm exactly the same way.
I can't get with any religion that advertises in popular mechanics. Look, there's God coming out of the men's room.
Hey, don't squish it, and after it's dead, flush it down the toilet, okay? And flush it a couple of times.
Darling, I've been killing spiders since I was 30, okay?
Oh my god. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm just so impressed by his seemingly endless creativity, you know? Because anytime I watch any of his movies, you know, it's always just a great experience, and it's not just fun for fun's sake, you know, it's always something really smart at the same time.
Alvy, let's never break up again. I don't want to be apart.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna break up again.
Much too mature for some...
Afford it. On your pay? What if she steals more?
She's a colored woman from Harlem. She has no money. She's got a right to steal from us. After all, who is she going to steal from if not us?
You're both crazy.
There were many men interested in you?
Oh, I was quite a lively dancer.
It's very hard to believe.
Absolute freaking genius. These kids are just, oh my god, they're so much fun.
Seems like
Again, if that is her singing,
old
wonderful.
It makes it really easy for me because I can be... Huh?
Paul Simon?
Oh,
Hi, I'm Tony Lacey.
well, hi.
That's Paul Simon, right?
What's the matter? What, you wanted to go to that party?
I don't know. I thought it might
Yes.
be kind of fun. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
it would be nice to meet some new people. I've been moody and dissatisfied.
How often do you sleep together?
Do you have sex often?
Hardly ever, maybe 3 times a week.
Constantly. I'd say 3 times a week.
Genius.
The incredible thing about it is I'm paying for her analysis, and she's making progress, and I'm getting screwed. Then her progress
Sometimes
is
I
getting my
think-
progress.
Sometimes I think I should just live with a woman.
Wow, I don't believe it.
Freaking genius. Seriously. So, I really have to commend the writing, because the way Woody Allen wrote these two characters, you know, they like each other, obviously, but there's something about them that just doesn't work, you know?
That's about $2,000 an ounce.
Really? And what is the kick of it? Which I never...
Like this house, Max? Mm-hmm. Even brought a road map to get us to the bathroom.
You should have told me it was Tony Lacey's party.
What difference does that make?
It's one of
They just eat and they watch movies all day?
Yeah, and gradually you get old and die. You know, it's important
Well,
to make a little effort once in a while.
sounds life enough for me.
His girlfriend's beautiful.
Yeah, she's great looking, great. Little tad on the androgynous side, but dynamite.
Yeah, I forgot my mantra.
Jeff Goldblum? Maybe?
Let's face it, you know, so I don't think our relationship is working.
I know. A relationship, I think, is like a shark. You know, it has to constantly move forward or it dies.
Wow. That's actually true.
I don't think many couples could handle this. You know, they could just break up and remain friends.
Hey, this
That's
one's
true.
mine, this button. This
Right.
one, remember? I guess these are all yours. Impeach Eisenhower, impeach Nixon, impeach Lyndon Johnson, impeach Ronald Reagan.
And Harvard makes mistakes, too. You know, Kissinger taught there.
Don't tell me you're jealous.
Yeah, jealous a little
I
bit,
love
like
these
Medea.
so
Let me-
much.
Lillian, can I show you something, lady? I have here, I found this in the apartment, black soap. She used to wash her face.
Why don't you go out with other women?
Well, I tried, but it's, you know, it's very depressing. I'm not myself since I stopped smoking.
Oh, when did you quit smoking?
16 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely have chemistry, you know, so no wonder he's missing her, but at the same time, it clearly kind of doesn't work, you know, their relationship. Oh man, LA must have been a hell of a place in 1977, for sure. I would have loved to see that. There's a Kiss billboard in the background. It's interesting.
Why, you want to live out here? It's like living in Munchkin land.
What do you mean? I mean, it's perfectly fine out here. I mean, Tony's very nice, and, well, I meet people, and I go to parties, and we play tennis. Alfie, you're incapable of enjoying life. You know that? I mean, you're like New York City. You're just this person. You're like this island.
She's right.
So you want to get married or what?
No. You're the reason that I got out of my room and that I was able to sing and you know, get more in touch with my feelings and all that crap anyway.
All that crap.
So what are you saying, that you're not coming back to New York with me?
No, look. I gotta go.
You know, it's interesting. Annie said an interesting thing because she has a lot to thank Elvis for, right? He did enhance her life, and I think it worked both ways, you know, but, you know, as funny this... okay, as funny as this movie is, you know, it's also very smart in showing, you know, how a relationship kind of just dies.
You didn't read Death in Venice till I gave it to you.
Hey,
You're like New York. You're an island.
Okay.
he made it into a play.
Wait. I'm gonna go with you. I love you.
Oh, that's how you wanted it to end.
She had moved back to New York. She was living in Soho with some guy.
Oh, really?
And when I met her, she was, of all things, dragging him in to see the sorrow and the pity, which I counted as a personal triumph.
That's still so funny. You know, by the end, like, obviously this is the end of the movie, you know, this has a certain charm. This movie has a certain charm to it that I did not find in the other movies of Woody Allen that I have seen so far, you know? I mean, when I say charm, I mean, you know, it kind of plays on your heartstrings by the end. I didn't expect that. It's kind of bittersweet, you know? It was Paul Simon. Hey. Shelley Duvall. Christopher Walken, for sure. Anyway, guys, that was Annie Hall. Well, this surely wasn't a disappointment, like, at all. Woody Allen, again, you know, brings his A game. Just like every time, pretty much. Like, I have yet to see a bad Woody Allen flick, you know? I'm pretty sure there are, but... maybe there aren't, you know? I don't know. He's made a lot of movies, you know? So, anyway, this was a lot of fun. Diane Keaton, once again, was just absolutely terrific. I thought they worked incredibly well together in this movie. Again, this is the third time I've seen them together in a movie, you know? But the thing that got me the most was the ending, actually, because it got so bittersweet, you know? Like, that was genuinely emotional, which is not something I'm used to when it comes to Woody Allen movies, you know? Like, I thought that was a great touch, you know? Just the way the movie ended. So, I mentioned during the movie that I found this flick to be a bit less structured than most of his other movies, but by the end it all came together, actually. And I loved the skits, you know, I loved all the little bits where he was talking to people on the street. Absolute freaking genius. I loved when he was blending reality and fantasy, you know, and past and present. I love when he does that. Those were the absolute highlights of this movie for me. So, yeah, Annie Hall, again, this was great. Guys, thank you so much for watching this movie together with me. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe, and see you all next time at the cinema. Bye.